Welcome, copyright cowboys and cowgirls, to the wild west of intellectual property. Buckle up, because today we're riding into the sunset, or maybe straight into a courtroom, to explore some of the biggest, most bizarre, and frankly, hilarious copyright infringement cases in history. Prepare to have your coffee spit out. We'll start with a case that's practically a textbook example of how not to handle copyright. Remember Napster? The halcyon days of free music downloads. Before Spotify, before Apple Music, there was Napster, the digital equivalent of a teenager raiding their parents' CD collection. It wasn't just a few songs here and there. It was a digital tsunami of copyrighted music, flooding the internet with millions upon millions of unauthorized downloads. The Recording Industry Association of America went ballistic, understandably so, launching a lawsuit that shook the music industry to its core. The legal battles were protracted, expensive, and ultimately led to Napster's demise. But the fallout? Oh boy, the fallout. It changed the music industry forever, paving the way for the streaming services we know and love today. The sheer scale of Napster's infringement is almost comical in retrospect. A digital Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, only to get caught and ultimately face the music. Next up, we have a case that proves even the biggest names in the industry aren't immune to copyright claims. We're talking about Led Zeppelin, giants of rock and roll, accused of lifting the iconic opening riff of Stairway to Heaven from a lesser-known band, Spirit. The legal battle raged for years, a David and Goliath story for the ages, complete with expert witnesses analyzing musical notes with the intensity of brain surgeons. The verdict? Well, let's just say it wasn't a total victory for either side, leaving many to question the very nature of musical inspiration and originality. I wonder what planet the judge was on when they delivered that verdict. The whole thing highlights the often blurry lines between inspiration and outright theft in the world of music. It's enough to make you question every guitar riff you've ever heard. But it's not just music that gets caught in the copyright crosshairs. The world of film and television has seen its fair share of epic legal battles. Remember the infamous case of Pretty Woman? The lawsuit didn't involve the plot or characters, but a striking similarity in a scene involving a Julia Roberts character in a shop. The plaintiff argued that the scene was lifted from their earlier production, claiming copyright infringement on that specific sequence. While the outcome wasn't a complete victory for the plaintiff, it highlights how seemingly small details can become the center of significant legal battles. It just goes to show, even a classic rom-com isn't immune to the long arm of copyright law. Speaking of visual media, let's dive into the world of animation. Disney, the undisputed king of animation, has been involved in its fair share of copyright disputes. From the classic battles over character designs to more contemporary arguments over storylines and overall concepts, Disney's vast catalog has inevitably led to numerous legal clashes. The company's aggressive protection of its intellectual property is well known, resulting in both high-profile and less publicized cases. Their legal team is legendary, practically a force of nature. You wouldn't want to cross them. And let's not forget the digital age's contribution to copyright infringement. The rise of the internet has created a whole new battlefield for copyright battles, with file-sharing websites and online platforms becoming major players. The sheer volume of copyrighted material shared online is staggering, making it almost impossible to police effectively. This has led to complex legal issues surrounding digital rights management, online piracy, and the responsibility of internet service providers. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, with copyright holders constantly trying to stay ahead of the curve, and those seeking free access always finding new ways to circumvent protections. Now let's move on to a case that demonstrates the absurdity of some copyright claims. Remember the time someone tried to copyright the color of a product? Yes, you read that correctly. The audacity, the sheer nerve. While the case ultimately failed, it highlights the sometimes outlandish attempts to monopolize even the most basic elements of design. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most ridiculous lawsuits are the ones that make you question the entire system. Then there's the case of the seemingly innocuous photograph. A simple snapshot, a seemingly unremarkable image, can become the subject of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. The battle over ownership, usage rights, and the ever-evolving definition of fair use can transform a casual photograph into a legal minefield. It's a testament to the complexities of copyright law in the digital age. Copyright law is a complex beast, constantly evolving to adapt to new technologies and creative expressions. It's a battleground where creativity clashes with legal restrictions, where inspiration meets infringement, and where the line between homage and theft can be incredibly blurry. While the cases we've discussed today represent just a small fraction of the countless copyright battles fought throughout history, they provide a fascinating glimpse into the ongoing struggle to balance the rights of creators with the access of consumers. We've looked at some of the biggest, most impactful, and occasionally hilarious copyright infringement cases, from the digital deluge of Napster to the rock and roll rumble over Stairway to Heaven, from the intricacies of animation copyright to the absurdity of trying to copyright a color. These cases highlight the constant tension between creative expression and legal protection. They remind us that even the most established players in the industry aren't immune to copyright claims, and that the battle over intellectual property is far from over. The world of copyright is a wild ride, full of twists, turns, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin. But it's a ride worth taking, if only to appreciate the absurdity and the constant evolution of the law in the face of ever-changing technology and creative endeavors. So next time you download a song, watch a movie, or create your own artwork, remember the lessons learned from these epic legal battles, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before you infringe. Because the copyright cowboys are always watching, and they're not afraid to draw their six-shooters. Now go forth and create responsibly. And remember to always consult with a lawyer before engaging in any activity that might potentially violate copyright law. This has been a highly dramatized, yet factually based overview, and remember, I am not a lawyer, so don't take this as legal advice. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from the weird and wonderful world of legal battles.